शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये. Today, I would like to discuss the Aushadha Sevana Kala. This presentation was given in 2011 by me in a different institution. As the demand is there to understand the Aushadha Sevana Kala, once again I am delivering this lecture as a series of Techno Ayurveda on every Saturday, which we are conducting the guest lecture series. In this, I am inviting the different people also. Many people have shown the interest to join and to speak in this Techno Ayurveda sessions. Now, let me quickly to start with the Aushadha Sevana Kala, which is being topic of present day. Hope you are able to see the screen. The Aushadha Sevana Kala are explained as applied medicinal intake timings. This Aushadha Sevana Kala, as we are having read, understood, and also made, its applied aspects into our day-to-day practices. What is this Aushadha Sevana Kala? The Aushadha Sevana Kala is going to depend upon the four factors. The four factors of the medicinal practice, they are the Chikitsa Chatushpada, patient, physician, assistant, and medicine. Usually, in traditional sciences, we have the importance for the 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Here, Ayurveda is Tridosha Siddhanta, where the triad is a triangle is going to be very stable one. Here, why the triad is not there, Chatushpada has been taken. The Chatushpada, in this, the patient is in the center, whereas the rest of the three are as a triad. The medicinal action, which is given by the prescription of a doctor, is totally dependent on the medicine. In fact, the medicine, when we are looking the action for it, the selected medicine selection is most important, and route of the selection is also important, and type of administration also important, and time of administration is most important. Today we are discussing the time of administration of a particular medicine which is selected. Present context when we are speaking of this Aushadha Sevana Kala is with the time of the drug administration in the medicinal intake or uptake. The intake could be of many ways. Either could be ingestion, inhalation, consumption, uptake, inletting, etc. Even the Panchakarma procedures also going to be of the same way to be understood. As the successful management is dependent upon the four factors, Bishak, Dravya, Upasthata, Rogi has been undertaken. These three stable forms of the Bishak, Upasthata and Dravya acts on the Rogi very specifically with the compatibility and incompatibility of the medicine. The best medicine bears the quality of the abundance, that is the Bahuta, and it is going to have the disease targeted area where we are going to speak as a Yogyatvam, and availabilities in multiple forms, that is Aneka Vidha Kalpanas, and best of its quality as a Sampat. When we see these four qualities in a medicine, the medicine is going to be given nowadays as a BD, TDS, and etc. of the Western method. Whether the Ayurveda promoted and speak of this such as a BD, TDS, as we are writing today, actually it is not at all. Ayurveda prescribes the medicine carefully looking at the Agni, Rutu, and Aharakala and many more factors even. The triad of the Chikitsa Chatushpada, physician, medicine, patient, when we see the direct medication method is the prescription. If it is a patient, physician and assistant is there, the procedural methods are going to be adopted, that is a Panchakarma. A physician medicine assistant, when it is going to be triad, a remote medication method, radio management or the telemedicine is going to be applied here. All these three forms and three methods yield successful management is being understood. Ayurveda has practiced all these three forms: prescriptional practice, Panchakarma practice, and telemedicine also. Now, this form of these medicines or the Chikitsa Chatushpada, when we see, we are focusing much more with that of the Aushadha, the medicine only. Medicine actually is defined as something that treats or prevents or alleviates the symptoms of a disease. A medicine or a procedure that subsides one and develops another is not the best at all. Always we have to select such a medicine or a procedure which do not have any sort of the ill effects and aggravate a disease with the surpassing or suppressing the disease. This is being told very specifically in Vagbhata in Sutrasthana itself. When we see this Aushadha, a medicine, it is a synonym of the Chikitsa, treatment also, many a times. It is being defined as that developed from the herbs to be good in a disease state based upon the signs and symptoms of a particular disease. The Charaka in the Chikitsa sthana. The Bheshaja or Aushadha. Bheshaja Aushadha is of the two types. One is the Swastha Aushadha, which is of the Rasayana and Vajikarna, which we are going to come across. And the second is Atur Aushadha, it is a Rogasriyam or the Roga Prityanika Chikitsa, which is going to be. First is the Rasayana Chikitsa, second is the Roga Prityanika Chikitsa. Now, it has a very different factors such as, especially when we see this Kala, timing of event is the most important. Timing of consumption of the medicine is also most important. When we see this Kala is, it is going to be vitiated the dosha and that heals with its due course. Time itself is going to heal many of the things. That's what we are going to say. Kalakrit is a bala which is classified as a Rutu Vaigunyam while speaking of the Adana and Visarga. And Vikshepochita Karmanaha is being said, and this Vayakratam are based upon the age also is going to be Jatakrita, Ajatakrita, Kalakrita, Akalakrita also is a classification in Ayurveda which is being observed. This Kalohi Bhagavan, when the time itself is a fourth dimension, is related with that of the God, because neither the time could be seen, could be stopped, and we have to go with the time always, all the time. Kala Parinama Uchyatehi. Kala is the transformation. Kala is going to, or the time is going to transform the things. It changes always, all the time is going to be understood. Kala is a divine and represents the God. It is also said as the transformation as we are understanding. This transformation in the sense we have to see in the on the basis of the health and also on the basis of the disease. Whether the disease transformations are going to be or health transformations are going to be, which we have to make out. Now the typology of this Aushadha Sevana has to be understood what is the classical referencing and how to adopt these things according to our present day timings. Medicinal intake methods are mainly of the two types. One is taken by the patient and second is given by the physician. Many authors of the Ayurveda explain medicinal intake methods are 6 types by the Charaka, 5 types by the Sangha, 10 types by the Sushruta, and 10 types by the Vagphata, and 11 types by the Ashtanga Sangrahakaras. All this typology which we are going to see in the different textuals, when we are having a close observation of this typology, one by one we can ascertain how these are being planned according to their living conditions. Charaka typology first and foremost. Charaka described 6 types of the medicinal intake capacities or intake methodologies, generally considered as Aushadha subcategories or Aushadha Kalas. These Aushadha Kalas, Dinakala, Aturakala, Aushadha Kala, Vyadhi Kala, Jirna Kala, and Rutukala. That means the medicines are going to be said. What are the medicines which are to be consumed in the daytime or according to the day, Nishi, Diva, etc. Aturakala, patient orientation of the timings. The patient orientation timings, whether the Vyadhi Kriya Kalas we are having. Some of the medicines are to be given in the first Kriya Kala. Some of the Kriya Kalas are to be given in the 6th Kriya Kala of the Bheda. In the Bheda, according to the Bheda Avastha, we have to use this Kriya Kala. This is what the Charaka is trying to speak to us. Third is Aushadha Kala, medicinal times. Now, Kashayas are to be given on when the Agni Vruddhi is there because it requires more Agni, that is on empty stomach. Now, there are some of the Lihas, Avalehas. Avalehas are usually given after the meals. That means each and every guti, vati, etc. Now, Asavarishtas are given after meals. That means Charaka is trying to speak based upon the medicinal form, the medicinal time is being spoken. Next is the Vyadhi Kala, is the Vyadhi Kriya Kala. Patient oriented times and Vyadhi Kriya Kala. How we have to make a small differentiation. Many a times we are going to be both Vyadhi Kala and Atura Kala are going to be overlapped. Suppose a small prescription is there. A doctor has prescribed a medicine, a tablet, and he said, you are going to be with perfect health when you consume this tablet after you sleep and before you wake up. 2 times you have to take. That's it. Is it possible? But Atura Kalas, Atura is whether he is sufficient conscious to take the medicine. If an unconscious patient is being given, there we have to use a different methodology of the medicines, but not the Aushadha Sevana Kalas. There, the difference of the Vyadhi Kala with that of the Atura Kala is going to be get different. Jirna Kala, this is with the digested time. Before digestion, after digestion, while digestion. The 3 types of the medicines which we are going to make it out. This is a digested state is spoken by the Charaka. Rutukala is a seasonal times. Many of the people, if you read Charaka, Samhita, Chikitsa Sthana, Rasayana Padas, in that Amalaki Rasayana, Chavana Prasa very specifically do not prescribe all the time and all seasons. It is being spoken very specifically a contraindication to take the Chavana Prasha also in Rasayana Padas. How many of the Ayurveda these people are knowing this and studying this and prescribing in such a way of the Rasayana Padas what has been prescribed? That is where I just want to say is the Chavana Prasa is a contraindicated in some of the seasons also that we have to note and we have to follow. This next subsequently what we are going to have the Charaka typology when we are going to minutely observe Dinakalas, the daytime is going to be distributed with that of from Brahmi Muhurte Uttishta till to that of the Nishi Nidra. This 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the time as the electricity was not there and mobile and WhatsApp was not there. People were sleeping at 8 o'clock very comfortably. Thereby, those timings are being made in that way. And we have to reclassify for the present times up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock also many people wake up and doing the WhatsApps. Now this 4 a.m. Brahmi Muhurta, this why the importance of the Brahmi Muhurta is very specifically serotonin melatonin axis change is going to be undertaken from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning. These changes which are going to be there at the time of the serotonin melatonin axis takeovers, there at the time we have to give very specifically some of the medicine. Many of the cardiac medicines or cardiac supportive medicines are to be given at the Brahmi Muhurta or otherwise at 4 to 5 p.m. of the evenings, because these two areas, these two timings are very specifically making its impact over the cardiovascular systems. You might be read the papers or observed in many of the articles, many of the cardiac attacks are going to be taken in between 3 to 4 a.m. only. That is the reason in between 3 to 4 a.m. the Brahmi Muhurte Uttishta is being said by the Ayurveda people. And now let us observe what are these things of the Dinakala is being practiced for the procedurals of the medicines, especially for the Panchakarma, and rather than that of the intake of the oral roots. Now, Prataha, 4 to 6 a.m. in the morning, Akshitarpana is indicated. And 6 to 11 a.m. the Purva Karma, it is being before afternoon, Vamana, Virechana, in Purvahana, sorry, where the Vamana, Virechana, and Nirohavastis are being said by the Sushruta. And Madhyahna in between 12 to 1 o'clock at the noon, after the meals with relation to the food, is Anuvasana Vasti. Sayam in between 6 to 8 p.m. evening is Akshitarpana and Niruhavasti is being indicated. See, the Niruhavasti is indicated in the Purvahana and Sayam, both the time. Now, many people are going to speak that Niruhavasti is mandatory to be given in the morning only before sunrise. No. And when you see the indications from the Samhitas, the Niruhavasti is to be given from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. after the comfortable defecation of the patient. If the patient is not being properly defecated or the mala visarjanam is not properly is there at the time, I always advise the is lukewarm water enema, thereby thereafter the giving the Niruhavasti, which is going to retain proper time as said in the Samhitas. If the patient is not possible and coming at the Sayam, even in the Sayam in between 6 to 8 p.m. also, after the comfortable defecation when the bowls are empty, once again the Niruhavasti can be given. Muhurmuhu Aushadhi is to be given multiple times at any times, repeated times. Thereby the Nasya is one of such procedure which is going to be with. Now, that we see under this aspect of this Panchakarma, Aushadha Sevana Kalas, you are going to open a new dimensions also here. It is preferred and prescribed in Ayurveda to practice this Abhyanga after the bath only. And many a times I observe out of this 40 years of the practice, always all the time patients are going to come without having or taking the bath, and they feel that 2 times taking the bath is a useless thing, which is not at all. Here, I would like to bring into your notice. A damp skin is going to absorb a 12% extra, 12% extra absorption of the medication. Commonly 6 to 10% is going to be get absorbed, whereas a damp skin, if it is going to be there, it is going to absorb not less than around 20%. That is the reason before to the Abhyanga, as they are not going to take the bath, I made a customary in my practices. Take a sponge bath or a hot water towel and wipe the patient before the Abhyanga. It becomes damp skin. Thereafter doing the Abhyanga is going to give a perfect result is being observed. Now, the next is going to be the Atura Kala, the patient-oriented timings. Patient-oriented timings also distributed from the Brahmi Muhurta to the Radhanishi. In this, the selection of the time is based upon the strength of the patient. That is, Roga Balatvam is going to be Rogi Balatva and Roga Balatva. We observe two varieties of the treatments are going to be there. Commonly, Balavan and Durbalan. The strong or Balavan patient is to be advised medicine before to the food, that is a Prataha, and the weak Durbala patient is advised medicine after the food or along with the food. Ahara Pravicharana's are going to be given for the Durbala patient. It is practiced twice with the Bhojana Kalas also to be observed. Especially in the Panchakarma, we observe Snehapana as one of the most important thing here, which is going to be made out, and thereby Durbala patient is being treated with the Ahara Pravicharana, and whereas the Balavan is directly being given. Now, the next is going to be of the Charaka typology, Aushadha Kalas. There are 10 relations which are going to be studied, refers to that of the Aushadha Kala. Here, Bhakta Samyuktam. Bhakta is food. Bhakta Samyuktam is medicine cooked with the food, not associated with food. Here, the medicine is cooked. Now, Bala is cooked in the Kshira, and that Kshira is used to make the food, or the some rice is cooked with that of the Bala rice, Bala Kshiram. That Bala Kshira rice cooked is Bhakta Samyuktam. Second is the Viva Bhakta Adi, that is starting at the day food course Adi, before our initiation of the food when we are making, at that time we are consuming the medicine. Grasa with bolus, Samudga is medicine in between the food. In between the food means here the 2 or 3 bolus are being consumed. After that medicine is consumed. After that once again we are going to consume the food again. This Samudga and Grasantara in between the 2 bolus. And the Bhakta Madhya at the middle of the food course is being consumed. Diva Bhakta Paschat, after taking the food, after the food course, when we are consuming Diva Bhakta Paschat, and Ratri Bhuktadi, here the timings are being distributed Diva Bhukta and Ratri Bhukta. Thereby we can understand Ratri Bhuktadi, Ratri Bhukta Paschat. Here in the Ratri Bhukta, they did not give the Grasa, Grasantara, etc. They have to be understood, and even we can give in the Ratri Bhakta, the Samudga, Grasantara, Bhakta Madhya, and etc. or whatever we are, along with the all the rest of it. Now, last one is the Muhur Muhu, which is going to be repeatedly being given. So this entire charts, when we are looking of this Aushadha Kalas of the medicinal timings, we can understand very well how precisely the Acharyas have planned the medication intake or uptake. The Aushadha Kala, by virtue of the medicinal quality, medicinal times are going to be made out. Here, the Charaka followed 5 Vata classification, Panchavidha Vatas. Based on the Panchavidha Vata, the medicines are being distributed. The Prataha on empty stomach for the Vyana Vata, vitiation. The Vyano Hrudisthita Krista. See, whatever we are speaking of the circadian rhythms and otherwise the serotonin melatonin axis is known for the people. The terminology were indifferent. The Vyana Vata they said, and Vyana Vata vitiation is that the Prataha is going to be used. That is from the Brahmi Muhurta till to that of the 12 noon. The Bhojana Purvam is going to be for the Apana Vata, and Bhojana Madhyam in the middle of the meals is for the Samana Vata, and Bhojana Antaram after meals is for the Udana Vata, and Grasa, that is for each bolus, with each and every bolus for the Prana Vata. See, now If a person is to be treated, a person of the asthma is to be treated, the medicine is to be given in such a way where the grasa, a person, the same way when the pakshaghata is to be treated, when the medicine is to be given grasa. That means we are not differentiating the medicine uptake with reference to that of the food is not given separately, medicine is not given separate. Food and medicine are being given along with grasa with every bolus in the two examples, pranavata dushti of the in the cirrus as the pakshaghata, and the second is the asthma or the respiratory where the pranavata is important. Now, Charaka typology of the Vyadhi Kala, when we see the disease times, it is going to be Vyadhi Avastha to determine, it is a very difficult in fact, but to say its genesis and relation to the time is very easy. Disease genesis is based upon the four factors like day, night, age, and food timings, Bhojana Kala. Ida, Ratri, Vayaha, and Bhojana Kala, these are the four prime factors. From the beginning, when we are going to see, as such, the Adi, Madhya, Antya, Argu. Vayoho Ratri Bhuktanante Madhyadiga Kramat. This is what the Varmada said in a very simple statementation. This sequential presentation of these medicines, which we are going to say in the Jwara, as with the disease aspect and disease perspective also medicines are being. First, we have to start with the Peya, then the Kashaya, then the Kshira, then the Ghrita, then the Virechana is being indicated in the Jwara. See, the Acharyas, they have considered not just, they set the principles, they have applied at each and everywhere, in each and every sloka, in each and every chapter, each and every aspect. Where we are missing is the study and the people are not there to. Here I try to focus how this Vayahoratri Bhuktananti Manchadiga Kramat is going to be made out. On the one hand, I have given, it is a three-dimensional picture in fact. On one hand, I have given where the from the Brahmi Muhurta to that of the Nishi timings has been given at the bottom, and Vaya is given on the other way, the Balyam, Yavanam and Vardhakyam, and Vata Pitta Kafas of the three doshas are going to be there with. Now, when we see this entire scenario, how this overlapping is going to be there with one to another, it is going to be in the same way we have to give the medication. Then we see it is being bifurcated many a times, and we have to look the time of the Vata and the type age of the Vata and also the medicine of the Vata. Thereby, we have to fix this particular concept into the limelight. There are sixfold 12 factors, asana pravicharas. Asana pravichara is how we have to consume the food is said by the Sushruta very specifically. When we see, looking at mere time of the dosha is not sufficient, I believe, or to get the disease pacified. If we are going to say Vata Kala is only sufficient to treat the patient, it is not at all. That means if at all, we are treating the Vata Vyadhi like Pakshaghata, Sandhivata, Ardhita Vata, or otherwise Am Vata, or we are giving the, at the Vata Kala the medicine, then we are following BD, TDS and etc. Sometimes we are following the food. Many a times people are complaining, they are complaining the acidity. The acidity is a agrivikriti. When the person is having acidity, agrivikriti, first and foremost we have to treat the agni, not the aushadha to be altered. This should be the Ayurveda principle. This is what the principle I follow. First, I want to see the agrivikriti to be rectified, not the patient to complain against the medicine I have, the acidity. I was looking at the people, they are prescribing only one tablet of the Gugulu, where the Gugulu normal dose is a minimum of the 5 grams. A 5 grams of the Gugulu I give as a single dose. If you see 250 milligrams of the one Gugulu is going to be there, 5 grams means 20 tablets is my minimum prescription. And I don't give in multiple timings. Only people, weak patients are to be given distributive doses. Otherwise, I give 20 tablets or 5 grams of the gugulu as a single dose along with the kashaya, which is referred for the particular disease in the morning hours itself. None of my patients have been complained with that of the any hyperacidity even after consuming the 5 grams of the gugulu at all. But I have observed with the patients in of the my friends and colleagues, those who prescribe 1 to 2 tablets also complain hyperacidity. We require ahara pravicharnas along with the medicine to fortify the medicinal effect. Susrita has suggested 6-fold 12 variant food eating methods. Sita, Ushna, Snigdha, Ruksha, Drava, Shushka, and Ekakalika, Dvikalika, and Yukta Matra, Hina Dosha, and Dosha Prasamana, and Yutyardham. Yutyardham means Sharira Vruddhi. This is Upachayardham. Now, when we see this 6-fold 12 variant methodologies, let us examine one after the other how to use them with the Aushadha Sevana. Shita Ahara Aushadhi is given for the patient who has the Trishna, thirst, Daha, burning sensation, Ushna, very hot, Mada, alcoholic intoxication, Visha, toxicity is there, Rakta Pitta, when there is a bleeding, Murcha, unconscious states, Sukrakshinata, oligospermia, etc. There are some of the conditions and some of the diseases. Ushna Ahara or Ushna Aushadhi when it is to be given. Whether the Kashaya is to be given hot or whether the Kashaya is to be given Shita, cold. Ushna Ahara or Aushadhi is given for the Snehapana, fatty consumed, that is commonly we give, and Virikta, after the purgation, always to be given hot only, not the cold at all. Kapha and Vata Vyadhis, always to be given. If suppose Pakshagata, I am taking an example of the Vata Vyadhi, obesity as the, or the Medo Vruddhi as the Kapha Vyadhi. Both conditions are to be given always the Kashaya which we are giving as a hot. As we are not going to heat the Kashayas, always I ask the people to take the 40 ml of the Kashaya. Kashaya dose is 40 ml. 40 ml Kashaya is added with the hot water. Thereby it is going to become warm and they can drink very comfortably. This is the Ushna Aushadhi. Here by character, heat is going to be there, that is very fast acting. We are not discussing here pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. In fact, all these pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, pharmacotherapeutics are embedded within is to be understood here. Now, the question of Praklina Dehata, the watery body, how a Praklina Dehata is going to be observed. When there is a water dependency, edemas, or otherwise when there is a flubbiness, then at that time we have to say Praklina Deha. Praklina Deha could be understood even with the Sweda also. A person who is over sweating also Praklina Deha. Thereby, such people are to be given with that of the Sita and Ushna Ahara Dravyas. The second set is Snigdha and Ruksha. Now, Snigdhatvam with the unction, Rukshatvam with the dryness. Snigdha Aharas and Aushadhis are given in the Vatavya. That means a Pakshagata patient is never to be given mere medication. The medication always shouldn't follow a Sneha. You can give young number of the Grutas are there. Take simple Dashimula Gruta only. But give the medicine with the Dashimula Gruta and see how better the action is going to be there. Because in the pharmaceuticals, pharmacology, there are some of the medicines which are of the water soluble, some of the medicines are of the lipid soluble, some of the medicines are of the alcohol soluble. All the Vatahara Dravyas are the lipid soluble in nature is to be understood. The Ruksha body that is observed because of the dryness in the skin, and Vyayami, person who is authority, it's the activity, and Vyayama Soshi, Vyavaya Soshi, who is hypersexual in nature. The roots are the dry. This is Rukshatva is going to be get imposed in Aushadha by the mere water. Even the water is a snigdha, but hot water is a Ruksha. The Ruksha Ahara, or you can add some of the condiments or otherwise some other dravyas also to make the Rukshatva. Here, the Medaska, a fatty person is to be given always along with the Asvarishtas. When the Asvarishtas are added, Medohara Vidanga Lopa or Medohara Vidanga Gugulu acts in a better way for a Medo Rogi or the overweight person along with the Vidanga Asava or Vidanga Arishta. If you are not going to give as a combination of the Vedohara Vidanga Loha or Gugulu with Vidanga Rishta, then the Medaska people are not going to have its effect. The Aushadha Sevana Kala for the Medo Rogi is because it is a Kapha Vyadhi, Kapha Kala is preferable. That is, Asavarishtas are to be given after food. Thereby, whenever the person is going to be there before to food, they have to be made as a Ruksha. And after that, along with the alcohol, the medicine is to be get consumed. When we are giving the Gugulu to be given always before the food. That's why Vedohara Vidangaloha or Gugulu to be given along with the Vidanga Rishta before to the meal, and immediately meals has to be taken. Now the second is the Stula, obese patients. So, and the diabetic people. The diabetic people also to be given the Ruksha Ahara. That is before food. How a Pramehi? Pramehi medicine is to be given along with 17 Asavarishtas. When we are giving the Asavarishtas of the Prameha Asavarishtas, then it is going to be very comfortable and Meha is going to be controlled. Kafadeha, a person who is having the Kapha body. Now the next set is going to be of Drava and Sushka. Drava is a snigdha, Sushka is once again dry, otherwise fluidity and dryness is going to be observed here. Dravatvam is going to be for the pipasa, thirsty person are going to be given always liquidy. Sushka body are the people, those who have dry skin, Durbala or weak people also to be given, because fluidity is going to be making absorbability rapid. A snigdha person or the snigdha ahara, dry skin, are to be here. It is a snigdha is not a sushka. Sushka ahara or aushadhi is going to be given as a prakl in the deha. The people, those who are sweating, are otherwise usually the diabetic people are to be given as a sushka ahara only, and vreni. A person wounded also not to be given excess of the fluid. Here, whether we have to put the 5% dextrose or normal saline also to be decided based on the same. That's what is try to be making understanding. The next is the Ekakalika Aushadha, Dvikalika Aushadha. Now the BD system also there at that time. They only once to be given, or many times to be given, or 2 times to be given. Ekakalika Ahara Aushadhi given for the Durbala Agni people. People, those who are not having the digestive power properly, the poor digestion, Mandagni, thereby the kindling of the digestive fire is to be done, and there especially we are using the Trikatukas or the Agrivardhaka, Amapachaka Dravyas. Dvikalika medicines. Now BD system in Ayurveda. The BD system in Ayurveda is to be given for the as a Shamana Aushadhi only for the people with the good digestion, not for the people those who are weak, is to be understood. This is Muhurmuhu Aushadhi, already it is being told. The diseases like Tabakaswasa, etc. are to be given the Muhurmuhu. That means it is not a BD TDS system, it is a OD or otherwise BD or MD multiple times in disease. The Yukta Matra, next one. The set of the Yukta Matra and Hena Doshata. Yukta Matra, Hena Doshata. Yukta Matra means full dose. What is the dose which is being given? Kashaya, just now I said 40 ml we are going to give. Churna is to be given for 1 tola, 12 grams. That means Whether we are giving in the same way the prescription nowadays is a big question. Now the Yukta Matra full dose is decided, or the Aushadhi is decided based upon the Aushadha Dveshi. Patient who does not like the medicine, for him we have to give the full dose. When as he is not liking, he may be vomiting or he may be doing some other way, letting out of the medicine. Thereby, if we are going to give the full dose, that full dose out of the retention of the sufficient is going to be there with. The second is the Hina dosha or this small dose. The Hina dosha, small dose of the Ahara or Aushadhi to be understood for the Mandagni people, where people are unable to digest at all. Now see here, who do not like is the Yukta Matra, who like it, but have the problem of the Mandagni to be given with the Hina dosha. Now, the last set is going to be the Dosha Prashamana Aushadhi or the Yukta with Vrityardham, that is a Sarira Vrityardham. The dosha prashamana or the dosha pacification, when we see doshhara medicines are to be given in the dosha kala. When we are going to give according to the Rutu also, Vaihoratri Bhuktanam Majjadiga Kramat, as Vakpada said, Jay Prakopa Prashamat, as Varshadishu Trishu, has been said by the Chanaka and Vakpada also. That Rutu Kramas are to be followed accordingly. Now the question is going to be there. When a patient is going to be there with a Vata Vyadhi in a Kapha Rutu, how we have to treat it? In the Kapha Rutu, the Vata Vyadhis are to be treated in the Vata Kalas. Now the Pruchadham are for the bodybuilding. Now this is exclusively for the Rasayana program, we have to say. Rasayana and Vajikarana programs. These Ahar Aushadhi of the Vrutyardham are going to be given for the Swastha commonly, and by all means of the combinations and permutations, we can use it. Now, the Charaka typology, when we are going to see the Jirna Kala, digestive states, out of that, Charaka expresses that the digested state is identified after the food consumption only. When we eat something, then only we can understand how the digestion is going to be there. The proper hunger, normal evacuation of the urine, stools, lightness in the body, and belching out the consumed food flavors are going to be the symptoms for the proper digestive state. Another point of view to be considered here is each and every disease after a stipulated time, when the pathogenesis is not being reversed in a normal way, it is going to become the Jirna Vyadhi. When the Jirna Vyadhi, Leena Dosham, is going to be there with, at the time, symptoms expressed are the Jirna Lingas. Jirna Lingas of an individual disease or a condition of the pathogenesis, even though we are going to observe as per the disease state and condition, a thorough study over the delayed symptoms are not done well in Ayurveda. Witnessing the exhibited disease delayed symptoms, we always say as Upadravas. But this Upadravas, till the time they are going to be there, sometimes, as Madhavkara very rightly said, a disease may have many of the symptoms. A symptom can become a disease even. Thereby, we have to plan a proper plan execution is going to be there with the thorough observation of the individual patient. Out of the Charaka typology, let us go for the Rutukala or the seasonal timings. Here, the dosha in relation to that of the season is to be considered. And thereby, Vasanta Adyam for the Kapha. The very peculiarity is, what is this actually Vasanta? Whether this Vasanta is based upon the climatic conditions and the temperature variations, or the Vasanta is going to be because of the Chaitra Vaisakha as being told. Nowadays, people are following the Chaitra Vaisakha Jyeshta Masas, which are in term, the seasons are a 15 to 25 days earlier. The Vasanta Rutu is going to be get completed by the time the Chaitra is going to be there. So, I follow always the Rutu Kalas. What are the Lakshanas of the Chaitra Masa when I have observed in the day, mostly in the Pushya For Phalguna, early times, it is going to be, or otherwise, after starting of the Phalguna Masa, the Chaitra symptoms are going to be there. From that time onwards, we are going to start with. You might be observing the temperature variations are going to be coming many a times. One of my friend asked, you are speaking of the lots of the Panchakarma, how these climatic conditions are going to be get regulated. I said, you are doing the Vamana even in the summer also. I said, yes, of course. I do the Vamana in the summer also. If you keep the patient in the air conditioning and when the patient is being protected with the kapha environment, this acclimatization of the conditions and creating the kapha condition is in a particular room, when you are conducting the Vamana, what is the problem with? There is absolutely no as such. Sharat Madhyam is for the Pittam, when we are going to observe. And the same Varsha Antam is going to be of the Adyam, Madhyam, Antyam for the Kapha Pitta Vata is Vasanta, Sharad and Varsha. Are we are following in the same way? Because the Pravrid is going to be there. Here the Vata, Varsha Antam is being said. Pravrid is before. That means there are two timings, two sets of the timings always told. And we have to follow the climatic condition rather than that of the Tidhivara Nakshatras, which are going to be declared for the Masas. Mainly these times which we are going to use for the elimination of the dosha to act as a prophylactic for the healthy people and kindling the Agni, we have to observe. Unless and the Agni is, because Kayasya Antaragni Chikitsa is a Kaya Chikitsa that we have to follow, and the medicaments are going to be supplemented in a proper way. When we see this Sandhara typology, what is the difference between the typology of the Charaka with the Sandhara? When we observe, we get a very clear-cut ideology of the pharmaceutical division and a treatment or methodical medicational involvement. A physician. A physician, how he think, and a pharmaceutical person, how he think, we can just see here. Here the 5 types of are being said. Suryodaya Kala, sunrise timing. The second is Divasa Bhojana Kala, day meal time. Sayam Bhojana Kala, evening meal time. And Muhur Kala, repeated times. And Nishikala at bedtime. Here we have the Nishikala, one more thing which have been very specifically added. They are much related with the Dinakala relation with the dosha and food intake also. He did not consider here the Rutu or the patient, or the Vyadhi Linga also, or the Jirna Kalas also, as like the Charaka, what he has done. But focused in a way, very specifically, what Vata or Dosha of the Panchavidha Vatas and Kalpanas of the different preparation methods, and the Agni and the 2 Upakramas, Brahmana and Langana. Shadupakramas are there. Out of that, Vividhopakramaniyam, Brahmana Langaniyam is followed by the Sandhara very specifically. When we have a close look on the Sandhara typology, Suryodaya Kala, sunrise time. At the sunrise, usually the stomach is empty. The time is of the kapha in the morning, kapha kala. For the pitta kapha dosha, udriktata is going to be seen, and there the lekhana upakrama or the langana upakrama is going to be there. Out of that, the Vamana and Virechana both are Langanas. If your medicine is a Langana karma or the Brahmana karma, you have to decide. If it is of the Langana karma is making, that is like in obesity, there is a Langana karma or Lekhana karma is to be done. At that time, the medicine shouldn't must be given in the morning. That means all the obese persons are to be given at the sunrise time the medicine. That's what I say. I say, you take the medicine, show to the sun when it is rising and consume it. That means he has to get up at least a half an hour before sunrise. Now, for the Vamana and Virechana, Panchakarma very suitable. Chandara says, usually for any element, the morning is the best to give the medicine. That means, irrespective of thinking, we can make a practice at the Suryodaya Kala as a time of the event. I said for the patients, our medicines are going to have senses, thereby they act along with the light, and light sensory products are Ayurveda products. Thereby Once Suryodaya is going to be there, you consume it, they act in a very better way. Especially the Kashayas and Kalkas, Pantas, Swarasas are to be given in the morning, and they are going to give a best effect at that particular time. The second, Divasa Bhojana Kala or date meal time, as we have discussed with the Charaka Kalas. Here, second schedule of the medicine offered by this Sandhara is midday meals. Midday meals means here he give the importance for the Agni and the Samanavata very specifically. That is all the GIT problems when they are going to be there. The GIT problems are to be given, no breakfast, nothing. In the morning, the medicine is being given. After that, it is to be given at the time of the midday meal when the patient is totally hungry. Thereby, he subclassifies the schedule of the second schedule as Adi, Madhya, Anantara, after, and the Purvapara, before and after. That means here at the before to the meal, or in the middle of the meal, after the meal, or before and after the meal are going to be there. Adi. This initiation is for the Aparavata to regulate the and especially Aruchi. Madhya, the middle is being given for the Samanavata and to regulate the Agnimanja. That is, actually we are practicing Higvashtaka Churna to give in the Adi. If at all we are going Higvashtaka Churna to regulate the Aruchi to be given initially, in the middle it is to be given for the Agnimanja. See the difference how we are acting it. Anantaram, after, is for the Vyanavata to regulate. Vyanavata, any cardiopotent drugs are to be given after the meals, immediately after the meals. And Purvapara, before and after, the Pranavata to regulate, like the Hikka and the Akshepaka or other way. Even in the Pakshaghata, I suggest before to the meals, medicine is to be given, after the meals, medicine is to be given. This suits for the patients of the Pakshaghata. Then third schedule of the Aushadakala of the Sandhara is described as a night, evening meals relation. Here the Udanavata to subside very specifically in Swarabhanga, etc. That is all the nasorespiratory tract diseases are being considered in the third Aushadakala of the Sandhara of the evening or night. Now, when we see this grasa grasantara, aushadhas are to be given here very specifically. For the pranavata to subside also, the hrudya medicines or hruday vyadhis are to be treated with the Sayam Bhojana. That's what I was speaking. The 5 o'clock medicine is said to be the very good enough, and immediately after the medicine, the patient has to consume the food, and after the completion of the medicine, he has to once again consume the cardiopotent drugs. That means all the cardiac patients are going to be taken in this way. They are going to be very perfect, especially like hypertension. The patient is to be given the medicine with the Sayam Bhojana very specifically. Now, even the circadian rhythms of the hypertension is going to say 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock is the right time for the hypertension to rise. Thereby, the medicine of the hypertension are to be consumed in between 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. very specifically. Sandhara typology, when we are going to see the Muhu Muhu Kala of the fourth one, it is going to be medicine where medicine is being given repeatedly. At this schedule of the fourth for the of the Sandhara, given for the Trishna, Chaddi, Hikka, Swasa, or Gada, that is toxic conditions, or the dyspnea, hiccups, or vomitings, or when there is a thirst and etc. They are very specifically needed repeated medicine, as many a times there will be fluid loss will be there, and hiccups, they may not be consumed, they cannot retain. Swasa, dyspnea, they require repeated medication. Gada, repeated elimination will be there. That means they, based upon the situation, the different varieties of the medications are being given. The medicinal bath, external and internal, both can be made. What is the internal uptake to be compared with that of the external medicinal bath? People, those who cannot see, when the integumentary system, skin, we study, we have very vast things which has been understood by these people. Skin respires. Skin respires. Percentage of the oxygen is being transmitted through the skin. Skin absorbs fluid. Thereby, the percentage of the fluid is being taken. Fluid, not only the fluid, it absorbs even the fats. Thereby, the oil, not only the alkaloids, it absorbs all the forms. If a person is being put in a decoction and treated, he is going to get well treated. How better internal medication acts, that much better is going to be acted by the people. People like unconscious state. Such people are going to be treated with the medicinal path. You can give the Varshulika or the Dhara, Sarvanga Dhara. Such patients are going to be get treated very well, could be understood. Nishikala is the fifth kala, which is going to be set by the Sangdhara. This Nishikala is going to be seen or observed here as at the bedtime or at night, and here the Anannakala. Now, because the food consumption is before to that of the sunset, there by 6:30 or by 6:30, 7 o'clock, before to that only it is going to be, and patient is sleeping after 2 hours at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I always suggest before sunset if you are going to eat. As per my knowledge, only the Jain community follows this custom, and rest of the people are eating at midnight. All the people, those who are eating in the midnight, are susceptible for the diseases. Thereby, the people, this becomes ananna 3 to 4 hours after the food. When at that time we are going to consider this ananna kala as such, or we have to consume the medicine for the elements like ENT disorders or eye disorders, especially Akshivyadhi or the Karna Vyadhi or Shirovyadhi are to be given. Sirassuladi Vachira Rasa for the headache is to be given at the Nishikala best. And for the Lekhana Karma, when we are going to use this for the tissue removals or reducing the doshas or Brahmana tissue building, which we have to make the medicine selection, there we have to select especially. And here especially this Lekhana Karma is best at the night time. And you can give the Virechana Churnas at the bedtime, that is after 3 to 4 hours of the meals, not immediately. For Amapachana also to be given after 3 to 4 hours only. This is Nishikala. Amapachana Dravyas, you can give the Bhaskar Lavan Churna along with the Ushtodaka at the bedtime. That acts better way rather than that of the other way. Now for the Dosha Vyadhi suppression or the Shamana when we are making it out. Usually for the Vata Shamana, we are going to give the Dugdham along with the Ghritam. Indukanta Ghritam for the Sarvadosha or the Sroto Sodaka as we are going to give in the Nishi times commonly. Now, after the Nishi, when we are going to see, here I tried to give the entire timeline of the Sangdhara in a specific way, where from the Brahmi Muhurta in the Suryodaya, Pitta and Kapha are being treated in between 7 to before 7 a.m. and where the circadian rhythms and certain melatonin axis is going to be get changed. After that, in the Diva Bhojana, Agni Chikitsa is the very main, and in that there are 4 sets are going to be there for the Apanavata, Purvam and Pranavata, Purva Param, and also Madhyam is for the Samanavata and Paschat is for the Vyanavata. And when you see this Sayam in between 6 to 7, this Sayam Bhojana, this is with the 2 very specific being said as a Kabalantara and Paschat. Kabalantara for the Udana and Paschat for the Pranavata. And at Nishi time, it is going to be given for the Lekhana, Brahmana, otherwise Jatrudhvagata Vyadhis only. The Muhurmuhu Aushadhi for the Shamana as a Bheshaja can be given at any time. Now, here I have given the same as Abhakta and etc. as a chart. You can just see where it has been given in a format of the tabulation. All the people are speaking 10 of the varieties. Now, let us discuss what is this Abhakta. This Abhakta, Nirbhakta, Prataha, Suryodaye, These are the words which are being used in the Samhitas as Ananna, etc. All are equal in terminology. The medicine on empty stomach or without food at early morning is called as a bhakta, which consists mere medicine, no additives are going to be there. Here only medicine. Additives means always we have to say madhu, bhruta, or otherwise the taila, or otherwise the dugdha, etc. There will be no such things, only frank medicine is going to be given. It imparts strength to medicine to act faster and sooner. Avoid for the children, aged people, ladies, and weak constitutions to protect the body strength from the abhakta medicine. Prag bhakta. The prag bhakta annadau divasa bhojana purvam sayam bhojana purvam are same, and that means it is before to starting a food course. The medicine is given at this time, which will digest fast and imparts the strength to the body. It is specifically used for the weak bodies or the weak people, children, aged, ladies, chronic patients, etc. As immediately food is consumed, thereby there will be no problem of the acidity or something. No untoward actions are going to be seen, such as either the watering or burning sensation or bitter tongues, etc. Third is the Madhya Bhakta. This Madhya Bhakta is Anna Madhyam, Bhojana Madhyam are the words which are commonly used. That is the middle of the food course is to be understood. It subsides the middle part of the body diseases, especially Kutshigata Vyadhis, rather to understand Koshtagata Vyadhis or abdominal diseases. For the abdominal disease, Madhya Bhakta to be adopted. Adho Bhakta. Adho Bhaktam, Bhaktanantaram, Annante are the more similar words which is going to be referral with that of the, after the completion of the food course. This medicine which are to be chosen here are going to subside the diseases of the upper body, not the lower body. Head and upper trunk, chest, that is Tamakaswasa to be given after the food. Okay. And Sabhaktam. Sabhaktam are the Sananna Aushadam and Bhakta Samyuktam is the same word in which the medicine is along with the food is going to be given for the women and also men both the ways. Especially people who do not or doesn't like the medicine taste, such people are to be given the Sabhaktam. And you can add it. The Sabhaktam we are giving the for the Hingvashtaka Churna. Hingvashtaka Churna need not be given as a Sabhaktam. And Samudgam. Samudgam is the Bhojana Purva Para Aushadham, where the medicine is given before and after the food course. Before and after the food course. Here it pacifies diseases of the upper and lower body. If you recollect, there is a sneha is being given, especially for the KUB disorders in the same pattern of the Samudga. Muhurmuhu. The Muhurmuhu is repeated. When it is being repeatedly being given, commonly it is going to be given for the swasa or the dyspnea or hiccups and vomitings and etc. When the people do require a repeated medications. Next is the grasa. The grasa, sagrasa, kabala, grasa are the equal terminologies. That means with each bolus, each and every bolus is going to have the medicine. The medicine is given this time, it is going to give the vipaka and faster to act on the disease. That means if you are trying to see a fast action, it is to be given, medicine is to be given as a grasa, always, all the time. This time, this type of the medicine or the medicine which is given in this particular time is best for the children and also aged, thereby the vipaka is going to be faster than grasantara. The grasantara, kabalantara is the distribution of the medicine in between two bolus. In this, Either the medicine like avalehas are to be given, Chavanaprasha is the best example, or Vamaka Dhumas, emetic fumigations also to be given in the same way. Both are included, or many a times the Swasa persons, people, those who are having the dyspnea, are to be given with this avaleha. That means the one bolus is being taken and Vamaka Dhuma is taken and another bolus is taken. Thereby, the kapha is going to be get accumulated. The Vamakathuma gives out, and whereas the Avalehas are going to be given as a Brahmana. If it is expected to be given the vomiting, or kapha has to be taken out after giving the food, when in between Vamakathuma is given, he is going to vomit along with the food, the total kapha is going to come out. I did not see even a single study of this Vamakathuma in my 40 years of the time. Now, 10th is the Nishi. In the Nishi means night or at the bedtime or before going to the bed. The medicine given here at this particular time, it heals the Jatru Thogata Vyadis or above clavicle diseases like ENT diseases, eye diseases, head diseases, and especially people, those who are expecting to get the vigor to be get increased, that those people also can use these DC medicines. Mild laxatives or the carnatives also to be given in the same to make the agri vruddhi. The dishi is always 3 to 4 hours after the taken or consumption of the food. Sandhara adds the Brahmana, Lekhana, Pachana, Shamana medicines. 4 varieties of the medicines are to be given at the Nishi. There is one more Antara Bhaktam also being there. This Antara Bhaktam is told by the Sushruta as medicine to distribute in between 2 meals as approximately in between 3 to 4 p.m. That means when we consider one meal and another meal is 6 to 8 hours of the gap, 3 to 4 hours after consumption of the food, the Antara Bhakta is going to be adopted by the Sushruta, and this imparts the psychological strength. A person who is of the maniac, especially, are the people those who are having the depression. Such people are to be given Antara Bhakta medicine. This is a very specifically told by the Sushruta. This is a rare point which we are going to observe. And, and this is even good for the cardiac disease also. And thereby, it increases the gastric function. That means 3 areas to increase the gastric function are the GIT disorders, are cardiovascular disorders, or otherwise the psychological disorders. 3 disorders are to be given 3 to 4 hours after the midday meal. That is 12 o'clock. From 12 o'clock 3 to 4 means in between 4 to 5. The same thing is being given at many occasions. All the people, those who are of the psychological, depression, hypertensive or GIT problems, or otherwise with that of the problems of the any such cardiovascular, also to be consumed medicine in between 4 to 5 of the evening as Antara Bhakta. Now, question of the sleep and fasting. When we are looking all this, always all the time we are coming across the one is the Agni, second is the Nidra. Upastambhas are there. Out of this, when we are going to see this sleep, the sleep is going to be and fasting. We have to consider these two things. Neither the small quantity of the medicine or the huge quantity of the medicine, it is not going to neutralize the pathology. Ardharoga Hari Nidra, Sarvaroga Hari Kshuda. This is one statement given by the Ayurveda. Ardharoga Hari Nidra, Sarvaroga Hari Kshuda. If you have headache, sleep. If you have stomachache, sleep. That means sleep is going to make the one of the best things to the disease and where the pathogenesis is being reversed. Sleep removes half of the disease and the fasting can even the entire. Langhanam Paramaushadam. This is what being stated. In other words, the fasting is the best medicine where the Agni is going to be regulated. And apart from all above, one more thing is there is the laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. People, those who are going to smile daily from the morning till evening, they are most healthiest people. they get a very good sleep even. And they need not go with, and regulated food is going to be get sufficient. So we have to follow the Aushadha Sevana Kalas. How to conclude this Aushadha Sevana Kalas, as we have to make it out. Ayurveda scientists have told, after a long research with commitments, to heal the ailment. Many medicinal administrations methods, along with a specified directional action of the medicine as a specified time to uptake or intake. Thereby, the pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetic. Many people are going to ask how your medicine is being released or being taken out. What is the half-life period of Ayurvedic medicine? This is our half-life period is with referral to that of the Aushadha Sevana Kala. As with the Kashaya is said, once in 24 hours is to be given. The Kashaya half-life period is 24 hours. The keeping the circadian rhythms and the equals of the serotonin and melatonin axes in the mind, the medicinal intake methods are being planned by the Ayurveda. We know all these things, what are being said in a different language. The Sanskrit, the mother of all the languages, has given everything very specifically. There is a Chandas, there is a Niruktam. Each and every word of the Sanskrit is being very well defined. There is no word in the Sanskrit which is not defined. So, a great contribution to the mankind has been made by the Ayurveda. So here, I think I am thankful to everybody, and I request Devendra sir to give a concluding remarks on this particular. And before to concluding remarks, I request for the people to have any questions, if at all they are having, we can make out, and after the question answer session, we'll go for the conclusion remarks by the Devendra sir. Please unmute if you have question and open your camera, video. Hope there are no questions. If there are any questions,
thank
yes.
thank you very much, sir. It was a wonderful and very enlightening. I don't know what we were doing earlier, how we were giving medicines. It all just I need to I was, since years we were giving medicines to the people, so it is just a mind boggling and lot of struggle is going on. I need to review your episode again. And sir, can gugulus be given before the meal?
Gugulu is to be given only before the meal. Any gugulu shouldn't must be given on empty stomach only. Any gugulu to be given on empty stomach only.
Okay, sir. One more question. One of my patient is he's having the problem of arm sahamal for he's 77-year-old, and around for 60 years from 70 years he's having this problem. So I'm giving him medicines for the past 3 months, but not very much relief. He's relieved.
One minute. First and foremost, you just say dosha, status of the Agni, and Kala we decide. What is the dosha you said? The disease nomenclature is different. Nomenclature could be any of the things. There are n number of the nomenclature can be created. That's what is being said. That is the dosha amsamsa kalpana has to be made. What is the signs and what are the signs and symptoms? What is the dosha? What medicine you have chosen, and when it is to be given? That we can make it out. First, what is narrate? What is the condition?
Actually, sir, since his childhood, he's having arm sahamal every time arm is coming. So, like no, mandagni was there, no proper digestion, flatulence, and gas formation. So he was taking, so he has taken so many medicines in allopathy, and but now when he came to me, I gave him. He said, sometimes he say, I'm 70% relieved, only 30% is left. Give me something so that I get 100%. And matlab, not fully satisfied every time. I'm trying to give him different medicines, but unable to get proper result.
Okay, madam. Actually, whatever your questions are there, I already made out. I think you need to hear once again the same lecture. Thereby, you will be making it out.
Correct, sir.
Okay, I think there will be no further questions. I believe so. If at all there are any questions, please raise hand, or otherwise unmute and speak. Okay. Thank you very much. I request Devela sir to give the remarks.
If there are no questions, one question from my side before concluding.
Sir.
So, hypothetically, theoretically, I'll ask a question. But it's a beautiful lecture at the outset, one thing. And Akshitarpana is to be given, administered in the early mornings.
Early mornings, yes.
Isn't it? Early mornings. Many hospitals.
1 minute, sir. It is not said by me. It is said by the Samhita Karas.
Yeah. Samhita, yes. Samhita Karas, hypothetical. You
Not hypothetical.
You have not gone.
No, not
my question.
Please.
My question I'm
Sir.
talking about. My question, it's Akshitarpana is to be administered in the early mornings. I have seen many hospitals, those admitting in the afternoons, peak summers.
Yes, of course.
Even in the well-known hospitals in Kerala also, they are administered in. Yes, sir. I have seen. So artificially, we can create the early morning conditions. For example, dim lights, air conditioners. Does it substitute the Samhita's conditions?
We can say acclimatization.
Tridosha, for example, Tridosha. We are creating an artificial condition.
Yes, sir. Your question is very right. For that, already I said acclimatization. I have given the example for the Vamana, putting in an AC room. You are speaking the same dim lighting room where the people are going to see. After the Akshitarpana, the patient should be allowed to sleep for some time. Then only it is going to be effective. By creating environment is not sufficient, but they have to make the sleep also.
Okay.
True. Yes,
so, sir. Dr. Prasad, for the information of the audience, I know Dr. Prasad sir for many years. He's a very senior physician. In fact, it is a 3 hours lecture, which is beautifully condensed in 1 hour, 15, 20 minutes. 1 hour, 15 minutes. It's a beautiful lecture. The topic, Aushadha Sevana Kala, it is almost not understood by many physicians. That's why today, when I saw the title of the talk, I thought I should understand, I should attend this. He's a very senior physician, and most important for the information of the audience is we should not miss a single word. It is the continuity and the seriousness and the depth of the subject which he talks about. With utmost concentration, we need to listen to his subject. We have to appreciate and understand the subject matter. Sir, it's a beautiful talk. In this 1 hour talk, we have almost not deviated from the classical text, Charaka, Vakbhaja, Susruta, and Sarangara. A beautiful correlation and correlation of the different topics in the light of the administration of the drugs. It is beautifully explained, and there is no doubt in the current times, we people, I'm talking about myself, in most of the times, almost 80% of the times, we are not following these Aushadha Sevana Kalas, given the practical constraints. But we need some kind of a research also. For example, 5 grams of Google, I could not administer. Is it possible? I really do not know. I do not know. But it's a beautiful topic, sir. Again, I'll refer. I have noted down all the classical references which you have said in the lecture. I'll refer. Yes, sir. I'll refer all these classical references again, once again. And it is a beautiful topic for particularly the youngsters, those who are in the final years, interns, postgraduates. I think it is a very, very useful lecture, the importance of the timings. And it has beautifully said in the light of the Tridosha Siddhanta and the Ritu Krama, for example, Hemant Ritu, Sharad Ritu, Vishnu. In the Ritukala, also climatic circadian changes we have talked about, and the Vyadhi Avasthas we have talked about. A beautiful correlation in relation to the entire concepts of Ayurveda. And I don't see any difference, major digression by Charak and Sarangara also. Sarangara has also said cryptically, but has not deviated anything from the Brihatraya also. So that's why we should stick to the classical literature while practicing the Ayurveda. It's a beautiful lecture. It's really commendable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right, sir. Thank you. And one question was there about the Nasya already, which I have already covered. Nasya can be given at any time. And especially as a practitioner of Kaya Chikitsa and Panchakarma, I focused on the Panchakarma and also Kaya Chikitsa. Medicines,
Yes,
how it has to be used.
Always your focus will be on Panchakarma, I know.
Okay. I think there are no questions, I believe.
हेलो सर,
Yes,
नमस्ते
madam.
सर।
Namaste.
कैसे हो? बहुत अच्छा लेक्चर था आज का।
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Good day.